The medical bay of the Celestial Accord reeked of disinfectant and prejudice. Rhett Voss had smelled that particular combination before. Sterile air trying desperately to mask the rot of institutional cruelty. You're wasting resources on that? Commander Xylith's silver scales rippled with disgust as she gestured toward the isolation chamber. The creature should have been jettisoned with the waste. Rhett didn't look up from his datapad, his calloused fingers scrolling through vital signs that would have horrified any Galactic Council physician. His name is Karath, and he's a member of this crew whether you like it or not. It's a mistake, Xylith hissed. A genetic aberration. The Lycarian species cast him out for good reason. Through the reinforced glass, Karath lay curled on the medical platform, his body a canvas of what the galaxy deemed monstrous. Twisted bone protrusions jutted from his spine at irregular angles. His fur grew in patches, some thick and silver, others exposing scarred flesh beneath. One eye was milky white, the other burned with an amber intelligence that made diplomats uncomfortable. His muzzle was asymmetrical, giving his snarls an unsettling quality that had cleared entire corridors. The Lycarian species, proud warrior werewolves who served as the Galactic Council's elite shock troops, had abandoned him on a mining colony at birth, too ugly to represent the pack, too disfigured to inspire fear in enemies, too imperfect for their genetic superiority complex. Rhett had found him 3 months ago, dying of infected wounds after a collapsed mine shaft, left behind by a rescue team that had deemed him not worth the oxygen. Commander, Rhett finally met her gaze, his earth-brown eyes hard as iron. On my planet, we have a saying, don't judge a book by its cover. Maybe that's why humans never made it into your exclusive club. Xylith's crest flared. Your species is young, medic. You don't understand the necessities of maintaining galactic order. I understand cruelty dressed up as efficiency. Rhett walked past her toward the isolation chamber. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to check on. Karath's good eye tracked Rhett as he entered, his massive body tensing despite the pain suppressors. Months of kindness hadn't completely erased a lifetime of learned wariness. Easy, big guy, Rhett said softly, approaching with his hands visible and empty. Just me. How are you feeling today? A low rumble emanated from Karath's chest, not quite a growl, not quite words. His species' vocal cords could manage both Galactic Standard and their own lupine language, though Karath's damaged throat made speech painful. Man, Karath managed, the word emerging like gravel through a crusher. Why? It was the question he asked every day. Why save him? Why care? Why waste time on something the entire galaxy had written off? Rhett pulled up a stool, settling in like he had all the time in the universe. Because back on Earth we had dogs, and we learned something important from them. Loyalty isn't about appearance. It's about heart. He tapped his chest. You've got more heart than half the perfect specimen strutting around this ship. Karath's twisted muzzle formed something that might have been a smile on another face. On his, it looked like a grimace. He'd stopped apologizing for that. The ship's alarm shattered the moment, a piercing wail that sent Rhett's combat instincts flaring. His datapad lit up with emergency protocols. Proximity breach, hostile vessels, all hands to stations. Rhett's jaw tightened. The Krethax raiders had been harassing Galactic Council ships for months, their hit-and-run tactics perfectly designed to exploit the Council's rigid military doctrine. I need to get to the bridge, Rhett said, but Karath was already rising, his damaged body moving with surprising speed despite the pain it clearly caused. Karath, fights, the werewolf growled. You're injured. Karath, fights. There was no arguing with that tone. The bridge was chaos. 3 Krethax vessels had materialized from slip space, their weapons already carving through the Celestial Accord's shields. Commander Xylith was barking orders, her perfectly bred tactical team executing maneuvers by the book, which was exactly what the raiders expected. Rhett burst onto the bridge with Karath limping behind him, drawing horrified stares from the crew. Get that thing off my bridge, Xylith snarled. Shut up and listen, Rhett snapped, his human audacity shocking everyone into silence. Your tactics aren't working because they're predictable. Karath knows how to fight dirty. That abomination knows nothing. Karath's roar silenced her, a sound that resonated from some primal place that made even the hardened galactic warriors step back. He lurched to the tactical display, his misshapen claws moving across the hologram with unexpected precision. "Here," he growled, marking positions. "Weak, here, weak." His damaged eyes saw what their perfect ones missed. The Raiders' formation had gaps, blind spots created by their own arrogance. "If we hit them here and here simultaneously," Rhett translated, following Karath's logic, "their formation collapses. They'll be forced into close quarters where their speed advantage disappears." Xyleth's scales rippled with indecision. Every fiber of her breeding told her to ignore the disfigured creature. But the ship was dying around her. "Do it," she finally snarled. The maneuver was ugly, inelegant, everything the Galactic military doctrine despised. It was also devastatingly effective. The Raiders, expecting standard formations, found themselves flanked by a ship that fought like it had nothing to lose, because it was being advised by someone who had nothing to lose. Within minutes, the Raiders fled, their vessels limping back into slipspace. The bridge erupted in stunned celebration. Xyleth stared at Karath, something shifting behind her reptilian eyes. "How did you—" Karath's twisted muzzle pulled back, showing fangs. "Spent lifetime watching, learning. No one watches. The ugly one." Rhett placed a hand on Karath's shoulder, feeling the irregular bone and scar tissue beneath the patchy fur. "They didn't see you because they weren't looking." Their loss. In the weeks that followed, something changed aboard the Celestial Accord. Karath became an unofficial tactical consultant, his ability to see what others missed proving invaluable. Crew members who once crossed corridors to avoid him now nodded in respect. "Commander." Xyleth never apologized. Her species didn't have the cultural framework for that, but she assigned Karath permanent quarters outside the medical bay, with a viewport. One evening, Rhett found Karath staring out at the stars, his reflection ghostly in the reinforced glass. "Thinking about your pack?" Rhett asked. Karath's good eye glinted. "No, thinking. Found. Better pack." Rhett smiled, seeing not the twisted bones or patchy fur, but the being beneath. Yeah, you did." The galaxy had judged Karath by his appearance and found him worthless. But humanity had learned long ago that the most loyal hearts often come in the most unexpected packages. And sometimes, the monsters the galaxy creates are nothing compared to the heroes they overlook.